Hey, so let's pick off where Carol left off. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I am Kathleen Sykes. I am the social media person at the Utah Symphony Utah Opera. So you guys have probably seen me before on these live streams. We are here streaming from the Grand America, which is gorgeous. Today they put me in their spa area, and it was just very pretty and very calming to come in here. They will actually be opening up soon. So they're down here in Salt Lake City. They are Salt Lake's first and only Forbes 5-star rated spa and one of only 86 in the world. They are offering full services, including couples massage and CBD massage treatments. They will be opening up to full operations in mid-April. Sunday brunch at the Grand starts with guests ordering a selection of dishes that the server will bring to their table. The outdoor pool opens on Mother's Day weekend, and the outdoor pool dining and bar services opening on May 12th. And the live jazz and Friday, Saturday nights in the lobby at their lobby lounge.
Excellent. It sounds like a great opportunity for any sort of relaxing evening before or after the opera, I suppose. Not too relaxed before, though. So we also have our wonderful artistic director with us, Christopher, and Christopher has a few things to offer.
Well, welcome everybody. I'm thrilled to be here and talking about live opera back in the theater again. It's something we've all been looking forward to so much, and I know my colleagues and I have been working very hard to make this happen. So we're excited to have you here for this season reveal. You know, I was thinking about one of the things I miss most about live theater, and I have to tell you, it's our audience. I miss seeing you guys walk in the door, greeting you as you're coming in, seeing as you walk out, hearing your comments, and sharing with you in the performances that communal feeling of seeing something spectacular on stage. So I just want to say I'm looking forward to seeing you all again real soon at the Janet Quinney Lawson Capitol Theater. We have some fun and games for us today. We have some special guests joining us to help us share what's coming up this coming season. So join us or stick with us. We're having some technical difficulties, but the guys are doing their best to work it out. And let's go. Let's talk about the season. Carol?
Well, why don't you tell us about the giveaways?
Yes. Okay. So thank you guys so much for joining us, and thank you for bearing with us. We promise it will pay off. So if you stay tuned for our season announcement, we're going to have some games, like Christopher said. And we are going to have a giveaway of 2 season tickets, a $100 Squatters gift card, a stay at the Grand America, treats from Monty's Tart Cherries, and some fun swag from USUO. So, I mean, fun t-shirts and like keychains and stuff. And if you didn't sign up for our giveaway ahead of time for that big giveaway, you're still going to have a chance to win season tickets. And we are going to get started with that right now. We're going to play a little game with you called Auto-Corrected Operas.
Yeah, last weekend, Kathleen and I were late night Facebook messaging, and I typed in the name of an opera that I love, which is going to be our first hint. And my Kindle clearly hasn't learned any opera vocabulary because it auto-corrected it to something crazy. So you'll have a chance. We're going to say the auto-corrected title, then you'll have about 20 seconds to put your answers in the comments. And then, of course, by the end, we'll pick a random comment from a commenter to win those season tickets. You don't have to get it right, and you don't have to answer all of them. You just have to give it a good shot. The hardest part is going to be they are auto-corrected versions of the original language titles, not the English version. So, Christopher, what's our first auto-corrected title?
The first auto-corrected title, Set Rosa Java Pier. Set Rosa Java Pier.
I would love to know if it has something to do with coffee. Do we have any operas with coffee in them? Because it's all Java. I can actually think of an opera that has coffee. Italian Girl in Algiers of Rossini has a scene where they serve coffee. And of course, in true Rossini fashion, it turns crazy.
So did you guys end up getting the answer? We just have it on the screen right now. And Christopher, do you want to give us the answer to that one?
Der Rosenkavalier.
Okay.
Excellent. A Strauss classic.
That's going to go throughout the day then.
So let's welcome our first guest to help us reveal the season's first opera. Some of you big Utah Opera fans might actually already know her. Please welcome mezzo-soprano and former Utah Opera resident artist Sarah Coit. Where are you zooming us from now, Sarah?
I'm in Philadelphia. Yeah. Woo-hoo.
Okay. Why don't you reveal to us what we're all waiting for? What opera are you going to be in this season?
Drumroll, please. The Barber of Seville.
Yes. You all remember that fateful March last year where we got to the almost to final dress rehearsal, and then of course, life as we know it changed.
Mhm.
So let's pause on that, and we are thrilled to come back to this production. And really, it was such an exciting process putting it together, and we were so disappointed not to share it with you, and so we cannot wait to share it with you this fall. Sarah, how excited are you to come back to the role of Rosina?
Very. It's such a great production. It was a great group of people, great singers. I can't think of a better production to start, coming back to live theater with. It's so colorful and so much fun.
It's full of joy, it's full of hilarity. And
Yeah.
I'm curious, none of us are quite the same that we were a year ago. So do you think you'll bring something different to the character Rosina? How do you feel about that?
Due to the pandemic, I would say I have a more intimate experience with being locked up in a house for a long period of time. So that's something.
She can really channel her
Yes.
quarantined person.
Yes.
Well, we've got a little bit of clips. Kathleen, before we close down, was able to get some footage, and we have almost the entire same cast. So let's see some of that footage.
Bravo Figaro, bravo bravissimo, bravo Figaro, bravo bravissimo, a te fortuna, a te fortuna, a te fortuna non mancherà. La 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 la. A te fortuna, a te fortuna, a te fortuna non mancherà. Sono il patrono della città, sono il patrono della città, della città, della città, della città.
So I hope you saw how fantastic that is going to look. We are thrilled to put it back on the stage for you.
And I mean, from my perspective, I remember filming this and getting so excited for the Barber of Seville, and then we get the notice that it shuts down. And I mean, I remember someone on Twitter asking people to put a thread in of the most frivolous things they were so sad about. And this, I'm like, no one's going to get to see this, but now we get to see this. And so, Sarah, thank you so much for coming back for this. Do you want to give us our next auto-corrected opera?
I'd love to. All right. The next auto-corrected opera is Die Dauberflowers. Die Dauberflowers.
I like to think that that's someone daubing flowers onto a canvas. Hey, don't give anything away, but is this a video? Is this a show that you've done?
I don't actually have the answer.
Oh, that's right. I redacted the
redacted.
So. Well, let's see. It looks like we're about to get on there.
Very common opera.
All right. So your last couple seconds, and the answer is Die Zauberflöte, or magic.
Oh, yes, I have. So yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, excellent job. So we are so very excited to see you guys in the fall, and that everyone gets to see this gorgeous production. It's just so much fun and has a really stacked cast.
All right.
Yeah, see you later.
Soon. So next, we're going to skip a show, and we're going to go to our farthest guest. All the way from Tel Aviv, Israel, we have our director for our March show, Omer Ben Sayadia. And Omer will actually be with us for the Tragedy of Carmen that we're presenting next month, or 2 months from now in May. But we're thrilled to see her multiple times. She is, like I said, she's in quarantine herself right now as she's visiting family in Tel Aviv and just arrived there. So Omer, welcome.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be with you guys.
Oh, and she's got Utah Opera swag in the background.
Of course, I never go anywhere without it.
Fantastic. So Tosca is one of the perennial favorites. Talk to me about why you think it still needs to be presented and
You
what
know,
you're
Tosca
doing.
is like, it's like this perfect piece of opera, right? Because it's got everything you want in opera. It's got romance, it's got drama, it's got political intrigue. It's nice and short. It's got all the tunes you know from it. And it's just like this perfect unit that we love coming back to again and again.
I love to say to people that there's really not an extraneous note or piece of text in Tosca. It's so efficient and so thrilling. Um, what do you think you're going to be able to bring to the character of Tosca? She can sometimes be seen as a victim, but she's actually a great feminist character in many ways.
Totally. And, you know, it's funny because the journey of Tosca from the beginning of the opera, where it starts off very like carefree and sort of like ambivalent to what's going on in the world around her. And as the opera progresses, we see her sort of becoming aware of all of the dangers and the politics and the humanity that's going on around her. And she really becomes so active in her world and really sort of like steps up to the plate. And I think we can all sort of like recognize that feeling that we've all been going through over the last year of looking outside of our own little bubble, of looking outside of our own little world and sort of like taking a stand, being part of our communities, being better citizens, being better people, and sort of like stepping up to our own kind of whatever plate that is. And so I think it's going to resonate differently for us all when we come back to it next year.
Well, we don't have any of footage of Tosca herself. It's a new to us singer, Katie Van Kooten. We can't wait to welcome her. But we do have from Minnesota Opera some footage of Stephen Powell, our Scarpia, singing the Te Deum. This is a different production, but it's the same thrilling music. So let's watch a little bit of Stephen. So that's truly one of the thrilling moments in an opera filled with thrilling moments. So, Omer, do you want to give us the next auto-corrected opera title? You'd think I would know the opera's name.
Absolutely. And I have no idea what this means, but the clue is the elusive damper.
The
The elusive damper.
I feel like there's part of this that could be metaphorical for the opera.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I've been remiss. I haven't been shouting out the people that have been getting the answers correctly. So I'll catch up on some of those. But we had some people getting all of the names for and even in spelled German correctly. So congratulations to those of you. This is not a German one, but for Magic Flute and such. All right. So the answer is the elusive damper is l'elisir d'amore, the elixir of love.
I knew that.
Omer, of course you did. That's great. Well, so we just can't wait to do Tosca. Of course, we wanted to do it now and we couldn't be doing it now. So I cannot wait to see you next month, of course, but then next year for this great production. Thanks for joining us.
I can't wait. Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, we'll see you soon. Bye, Omer.
See you soon.
And now for our next guest, Kyle Lang, who is amazing. And so just as side note here, so I'm a dancer, Kyle's a dancer, and so I love his work. It's just always very fun. The last thing he came here for was Die Fledermaus, which I loved because there were some great dance movements The chorus just moved so gracefully. And I brought my mom, who's typically not a huge opera fan, but she was laughing hysterically through the entire performance. And so Kyle, can you tell us where you're zooming in from?
Great. That's so great to hear. Thank you so much for that your mom enjoyed the show so much. I'm coming in from Tacoma Park, Maryland, just outside of DC.
Fantastic, Kyle. It is just so great to see all these faces. We've missed connecting with our opera people, so this is a nice way to do this. So the last time you were here, you did a comedy. We're doing another comedy, aren't we?
Yeah, now I have to interject. I had a fabulous cast, and we'll have a fabulous cast again, but they were so wonderful to work with Fledermaus, and we just had such joy in the room. And what happened on stage was a product of the love we had in the room. And we all love to dance and move around, and it gave us such a great excuse to do so. So coming up, yes.
Yes.
We have the Pirates of Penzance.
The Pirates of Penzance, Gilbert and Sullivan. Now we
Yes, a little step touch.
A little step touch. Yeah, exactly. We have to pick a chorus who's going to be willing to go whole hog into the choreography. Since you're a double threat, you're a choreographer director. So
Thank you for that. It is definitely quite a chorus show. So
absolutely,
they are in it more than some of the principals. So they'll have a lot to do, and definitely it's going to be a great show to see.
Yeah. So often we don't think of Gilbert and Sullivan on the opera stage necessarily. We've presented it only actually here at Deer Valley Music Festival in our summer home. But so this is the first time to see it at the Capitol Theater with us presenting it. What kind of things could you say that make Pirates something to present on stage? And by the way, Cherie Rowley says, yay for Pirates. So we have at least one great Gilbert and Sullivan fan out there. Oh, and we have an R. I'm sorry, we have an R. Go ahead, Kyle.
Well, GNS and a lot of operetta falls into this kind of gray area that is debated and will probably always be debated. I'm not going to try to answer that. What I can say is, first off, it requires a lot of skill. The singing, Mabel's first entrance is a huge coloratura passage. And if you don't have chops, you can't make that entrance. So it's, the major general song that most people are very familiar with. You have to have very good diction to spit those words out. So I think, first of all, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Also, it's very refreshing to see opera singers who we've seen in other capacity come in and have fun and have a different viewpoint on stage. And sometimes it's just nice to come in and laugh and have a good time and allow ourselves the freedom to kind of let go and disappear for a little while into some joy.
And what year needs joy more than this one, really?
Exactly.
We're all going to love having a laugh, and we're going to bookend the season with laughter, right? Because we start with the laughter of Rossini and we end with the laughter of Gilbert and Sullivan.
Yep, great. I'm looking forward to this show so much. It's a beautiful production, and I just can't wait to share it with everyone.
Yeah, let's look at a little bit of the production. We've got a little bit of footage from Atlanta Opera where this production originated. So a different cast, but you can get a sense of the colorful costumes and the amazing sets that we're going to bring to you. Take mine.
Frederick! For today a pirate prince rises from a tension's freed. Strong his arm and keen his sentence, he's a pirate now.
So I hope you're seeing all those colors and those amazing costumes, and of course the Pirate King with his little bit of channeling of Jack Sparrow. It's going to be a lot of fun in that costume. So, Kyle, you know what I'm going to ask now? Autocorrected opera, what is it?
All right, the autocorrected opera I have is La Mozzarella de Figuring.
We did a trivia game last time I did a live stream of Is It a Composer? Is It Cheese? So now we're saying, is it cheese? Is it an opera? La mozzarella de figuring. How are you guys doing on that? Countdown timer? It's going.
Yeah, make sure you put those answers in the comments. Remember, the more you answer, the more likely you are to win a season pass.
And I just have to say that Mike Byer is saying about Pirates, I'll go. And Stephanie Joyner says, oh man, I'm so excited. And the mozzarella de figuring is Le Nozze di Figaro, or The Marriage of Figaro. So another comedy there.
Cheese or opera, it's all great.
Natalie Easter is an opera guessing goddess, as is Cherie Rowley. So good job, you guys, getting Marriage of Figaro. So Kyle, we can't wait to see you and end the season with a lot of fun in games and dancing.
Thanks for having me. I look forward to seeing you all next year.
Okay, take care. So our very final guest is coming to us. Well, I'm not going to try to guess where he's coming from. He's going to have to say, we're doing okay? Yes. Okay. So this is a longtime friend of mine, actually. We first met 10 years ago when he was an apprentice at Santa Fe Opera. And you used to could Google him and it would show up as a vocalizer, which we found a funny thing. It's now been corrected so that you Googleize him and it shows as, you Google him and it shows as an opera singer. But this is the wonderful countertenor, John Holiday. And John had a whole different experience in the fall during pandemic. He became a contestant and a finalist eventually on The Voice. So he's incredibly versatile. He can sing anything you put in front of him. John, it's so great to see you. It's been too long.
Yes, it's been such a fantastic time getting to see everybody, and it's been very long since I've seen you last, Carol. And I was just thinking about Kyle. I think I met Kyle when I was also an apprentice at the Santa Fe Opera when he was, I think, one of the dancers in The Last Savage, which was
Oh my gosh, yes.
yeah,
Yes.
good to see you guys.
And your hair looks great. We just want to point out that
Thank
John
you.
and I both got our hair coiffed for this event.
Yes,
So
I tried to get pretty for you guys.
we appreciate it.
It's
And John,
very
of
on
course,
point.
he became part of his signature in The Voice was the amazing glasses. So I'm glad to see you haven't
Yes,
given up your glasses
and
game.
my hats. I almost put a hat on, but I just got my hair done, so I didn't want to
All
put it.
right. No, now you got to keep it out there. So
Yes,
John, what opera are we doing in January?
we will be doing Flight by Jonathan Dove, and I am so looking forward to it.
And this is part of, well, it's not precisely an American opera. It's written by a British composer, but it's in English. And this kind of goes along with our practice of presenting a modern or more well-known, less well-known and recently composed opera in English, like Moby Dick or Silent Night last year, which was in all sorts of languages. But,
Yeah.
this is keeping with that. So we're thrilled to bring Flight into that. You have done The Refugee a few times, haven't you?
I have. I've done it. I've done it at Des Moines Metro Opera, and I did it. In fact, when I was at the Santa Fe Opera as an apprentice, we did some scenes from it, and I'll do it again after Utah. But
Ah,
golly, I just love this role so much. I think it's incredible, and more than anything, right now, as you were talking about earlier with one of the cast members, I think people think about Flight, and this man was stuck in an airport forever. I think that we can all relate to being kind of stuck and not being able to go anywhere, and wishing and hoping for the camaraderie and the relationships and fellowship with other people. So this is very, very poignant.
yeah, I hadn't actually made that connection, but it's really great. These are people who are 10 characters, I think it is. They're all stuck in an airport because of weather delays. We can relate to that, right? But their relationships, their lives, the very fabric of their being gets challenged in comical and in serious ways.
Yeah. It really is. It can be. I mean, just think about how we all are feeling or have felt with the pandemic. Everyone has felt kind of alone. Everyone has felt stuck. Everyone has wanted to get out. Everyone has wanted to ditch their masks, even though we can't. And then underneath that, which is the other part I think is so ironic, because underneath the mask, you can't really see what anybody looks like if you don't know who they are
Hmm.
until they reveal their faces. But we have all certainly been in a time where we have hoped and wished for contact with other people. So, Kathleen?
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I raised my hand. You just were saying like such great stuff, and I don't want to interrupt you, but I think that, along with kind of our initiative to always be presenting these great modern works, that's one of the things I've noticed the last few seasons I've worked here. The contemporary work was almost always my favorite, kind of because of the aspect of that. It's really relatable. So many of these operas, they happened so far in the past. I mean, they're delightful and wonderful and beautiful, but sometimes, these contemporary operas kind of open up a part of ourselves that we haven't really seen. So it's great.
I think that's true too. I mean, and then the other part of it, I mean, it literally just came to me, and I don't mean to be political, but I also recognize it as a singer, our platformers, our voices. But I immediately just now even thought of the undocumented children who are back in these facilities, who they're stuck. And this opera, in a way, when I did it the first time, this was going on then, actually, which is kind of sad, but it's true. It was going on then. And I immediately thought what I felt like this opera did for people, no matter what side of the aisle you sit on, is it made you kind of recognize, it made you recognize that everyone is a human being, and everyone has the right to freedom, I think. And so it just made you put into context this idea of what it feels like to be a refugee, what it feels like to be othered, and how everyone at their core, they want to be affirmed, they want to be loved, seen, heard, and loved. And I think it's really, really special to be able to do an opera that has that's multifaceted in the way that it can have different messages.
And we've seen a lot of things written up about this opera, that it has a parallel to the Marriage of Figaro, because
Yep.
Marriage of Figaro is a social commentary opera from the 1790s or late 1780s, but it's also a comedy. And there are not so many modern operas that have been written that are comedies. And so,
Yeah.
but that it also tells through its comedy a serious and important story.
Yes, 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 yes. I feel lucky to get to do it.
Well, Amy Merkley and the rest of you who maybe haven't heard of Flight, we're going to show you a few clips from the Des Moines Metro Opera production, which John is in. And this is the same production we'll be doing with the same director, Christine McIntyre, who was last with us for, I want to say Moby Dick, but if I'm wrong, nobody shoot me down. So let's look at those.
Yeah, that looks like a fun production.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And so it's Flight by Jonathan Dove, just like the bird, in case you want to look it up. John, you were about to say something else.
Oh no, I was just saying it is a lot of fun. I love Christine. So this will be a fun reunion.
Yeah, Christine is one of the really great. We're lucky to have so many awesome women directors that are out there in our business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so last but not least, we have to, of course, have the final autocorrect opera title. This one's a tricky one.
I wonder what it is. The clue, the hint is Gal's Taffy.
And this is a trickier one. It's a comedy. Did you figure it out, John? Don't tell me. But did you figure it out?
I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to say.
It's a comedy, but it's a comedy by a composer who we don't normally think of with comedy.
Mm-hmm.
It's Italian, but it's an English story. I'm giving a lot of.
And the title definitely sounds like a tragedy. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how we did. I hope that you guys figured out that's Falstaff, based on the Shakespeare play, but it was written by Giuseppe Verdi. So, John, thanks for taking time out to join us today, and we can't wait to welcome you to Salt Lake in January.
I am so excited and I'm so thankful. And before I go, I just want to say thank you to everyone for all your support while I was on The Voice. It meant the world to me. And I can't wait to come and see you guys in January. I am so looking forward to it.
We just can't wait either. So thanks for being there. All the love to you, and take care.
See you guys.
Bye-bye, John. So let's bring Christopher back to wrap this event up. because you guys
Well,
have stuck with us for the main event.
well, I think that's a season I want to go watch and see at the Capitol Theater. So thanks for sharing that and revealing such a great season. Now we get to reveal another thing, a grand prize winner of some wonderful things. The grand prize includes a pair of season tickets, one $100 Squatters gift card, a stay at the Grand America, which of course you'll want to use after seeing one of these great operas, treats from Monty's Tart Cherries, and some of our fun USUO swag that you can usually just find in our boutiques, but was not available to anybody this year. So you get to have it as part of this grand prize. And so Carol gave me the magical jar of names from which I shall pick the lucky winner. Everybody see, and he goes in, he comes out, and congratulations, Sharon Richardson, on winning this bunch of grand prizes, including a pair of season tickets. I will look forward to welcoming you at the Janet Quinney Lawson Capitol Theater this year for an opera. I just wanted to say a quick thanks to everybody. Thanks to my colleagues, Carol and Kathleen, and you don't see them, but Robert as well, who has been behind the scenes for making this live reveal happen. And a big thanks to our special guests who joined us to talk about the operas that are upcoming this season. And again, a big thanks to you, our subscribers, our ticket buyers. Even if you've only come once, thanks for holding on. Thanks for looking forward to yet again returning to the Capitol Theater for live opera. And just a recap, in October, we will open the season with Rossini's The Barber of Seville. And in January, we will continue with Jonathan Dove's Flight. In March, we bring back that wonderful chestnut, Puccini's Tosca. And in May, we close the season with a colorful and well choreographed version of Gilbert and Sullivan's The Pirates of Penzance. I look forward to seeing you all there.
Thanks, Christopher, and congratulations to our grand prize winner. We have one last prize to give out, and this is going to go to a random person who attempted or successfully, I'm not going to judge, nobody's getting graded, but you're just getting prizes, to help out with our auto-corrected opera game. And that person is superfan Michael Evans. So Michael, wherever you are out there, thanks for watching. And you also get 2 season tickets to next year's offerings. So we're thrilled to see you there. Want to thank everybody who joined us, Christopher, Kathleen, and of course, people helping behind the scenes, Michaela Calzaretta, and our wonderful producer and man behind the curtain, Robert Bedont, and then of course, our wonderful opera guests from all over the planet.
And also one more big thank you to, am I echoing? One more big thank you to the Grand America Hotel and letting us stay here. Guys, thank you so much for all of your generosity, and thank you to our donors for their generosity to make this season happen.
And very last but not least, I want to name a few of those donors and review those. We have our season sponsor, George S. and Dolores Dore Eccles Foundation, the Utah Opera Artistic Director sponsor, the Emma Eccles Jones Foundation, the wonderful taxpayers of Salt Lake who have voted in over and over the Salt Lake County Zoo Arts and Parts tax, and we're so grateful for that. And then the Grand America Hotel, of course, as Kathleen mentioned, and Squatters Pub Brewery. So all of you, thank you so much for your support. And of course, those of you who watched us and stood fast through all our technical challenges, we're so thrilled to have had you. And we'll see you at the Capitol Theater, at the Janet Q. Lawson Capitol Theater in just a few short months. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.
Bye.